Today I'm going to talk about adjusting quotients. This is for lesson 2-7. This is pretty much the same thing as the last lesson. It's just long division, but sometimes when you pick a number that goes on the top of a division problem, it's the wrong number and you need to change it. And that's one nice thing about division is if you pick the wrong number, you can always go back. It becomes very clear that it's the wrong one, and I'm going to talk about how you can tell that it's wrong and what number to change it to if it's wrong. So they started these problems for us by giving us a first digit, and we're going to figure out if it's the right one. So once again, it's divide, multiply, or does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down. So they did the divide step, now we're going to do the multiply step. 41 times 4 is 164. So I'm going to put 164 here, and oh, I can't subtract this. So this is not the right number. This number's too big. That means this number's too big. So I'm going to change this to a 3. Now I'm going to do my multiply step over again. I'm going to say 41 times 3 gives me 123. Now I can subtract. And I get 31. 31 is less than 41, so that checks out. I bring down the 6. Now 41 probably goes into this 7 times. I'm going to check. 7 times 41 is 287. But let me try 8 as well. Maybe that works. Oh, 328 is too big. All right, 287. So I can't take 7 from 6, so I borrow. 16 minus 7 is 9. I can't take 8 from 0, so I borrow. 10 minus 8 is 2. And that is smaller than 41. That checks out. I can't bring down anything else, so that's 37, remainder 29. Same thing as yesterday, but we just had to adjust this first digit. So if this number in the multiply step is too big, that means the quotient's too big, you need to make it smaller. All right, now let's try this one. 16 times 2 is 32. Oh, that works. And I get 9. I bring down a 6. So 16, I think, might go into 96 4 times. So let me try that. 64. Well, let's try that. 4 times 16 is 64. And I get 35. Oh, that is too big. 35 is too big. It's bigger than my divisor. Okay. So that means this is too small. Now that sounds backwards, but if you think about it, if I multiply 4 times 16, I got a number that was too small, and that's why my difference here is too big, because this number is too small and this number is too small. So I'm going to change this to a 5. 16 times 5, I get 80. So I'm going to replace all this with 80. I subtract. I get 16. Now 16 is also too big because it's exactly the same as 16. It has to be less than 16. So this is actually a 6. So 16 times 6 is exactly 96. And I get no remainder, so my answer here is 26. Okay? See how I adjusted that? And even though I got the wrong number twice, I was able to figure out at least what direction to go into. So if I pick the wrong number, that's totally fine. And a lot of people, they don't even estimate. They just do guess and check because they know what direction to go in if they pick the wrong number, and that is perfectly fine. And another one of my videos does go over the guess and check method, which is a perfectly valid method. All right. Now, here's another one. They give us the first digit, 34 times 9, or 9. I'm going to multiply 34 times 9. I get 9 times 3 is 27, plus 3 is 30, so now I get 306. Oh, that's too big. I can't subtract that from 283. So this is too big. I'm going to change this to an 8. I'm going to try that. 34 times 8 is 272. That works. I get 11. Is 11 less than 34? Yes, it is. I bring down a 1. So I see how many times does 34 go into 111? I'm guessing 3 times. 4 times 3 is 102. 3 times 34 is 102. I subtract, and I get 9. There's nothing to bring down, so it's 83, remainder 9. Same thing as last time, I just had to make adjustments if I picked the wrong digit. Now I'm going to go over another type of problem that is on your homework. I just want to do some examples because I know we just got a chance to go over this at the very end, but this is actually a pretty easy part of the homework. So that gives you a division problem. It gives you the answer. It gives you the divisor. It does not give you the dividend. It doesn't give you the big number that's inside the bracket. Well, as you know, division is just multiplication backwards. Multiplication is just division backwards. So in order to find this the dividend of this division problem, we just multiply the answer and the divisor. And some of you already know that's actually how you can check your answer when you do a division problem. So let's do that. 33 times 11 is 363. So my blank is 363, but I'm going to check that. 363 divided by 33. 33 goes into 36 one time, and I get 3, and that checks out. It's less than 33. I bring down a 3, so 33 goes into 33 once. 1 times 33 is 33. I subtract, I get 0. There's nothing to bring down. My answer is 11, so that is the correct answer that goes in the blank. Okay, so now I'm going to do this one. Now this is just a regular division problem. It's just missing the answer. So I'll just do this one. 52 probably goes into 109 2 times. 2 times 52 is 104. I subtract, I get 5. I bring down the 2. That goes in 1 time. And my answer is 21. That one's pretty straightforward. Now this one, this is a division problem that's missing the divisor. It has the big number, but it's missing one of the smaller numbers. Now if that's the case, if this is what's missing, you can actually flip these and make this 429 divided by 33, and you will find out what's in that blank. These are interchangeable. So I'm going to change this to 429 divided by 33. 33 goes into 42 one time. And I get 9. That's less than 33. I bring down the 9. And I believe that goes in 3 times. 33 times 3 is 99. Exactly. So my answer here would be 13. So 429 divided by 13 is 33, but I'm going to check that. 429 divided by 13. So if this is correct, I should get 33 as my answer to 429 divided by 13. So I'm going to assume that this is correct and put a 3 here as my first digit. So I have 2 digits in my answer. I'm going to assume that's correct too. 13 times 3 is 39. And that works out. 13 goes, 3 is less than 13. So that checks out. And I bring down the 9. And I already know from my work here that 13 times 3 is 39. So I'll put a 3 here. 3 times 13 is 39. I subtract, I get 0. And there's no remainder. And my answer is 33. So this checks out. This is the correct number that goes in the blank. I hope that helps. We're going to go over some review tomorrow as well, because I know this is a very challenging subject. So don't feel bad if you don't get it the first time. We're going to practice it a whole bunch before we take the test.